Hey everybody, welcome to episode number 11 of Enigmatica 6 uh, mod pack, and where we are going to continue with our bee endeavors that we have started on the past 3 episodes, or this is the third episode rather. We're probably going to finish up stuff with bees on, at least in terms of the Let's Play, unless I find something that is really fascinating that I just want to show everybody. But today we're gonna get that apiary set up, and we're gonna start working on really getting done with automation of all of these combs that I'm currently harvesting by hand, and it's getting kind of tedious because we if I want resources, there's still only a chance of stuff to drop. This is going to be our apiary. So what we did is we opened up our Akashic Tome, and we went to the bee, 50 Shades of Bees, and then we clicked on building an apiary. And this tells you that the block needs to be a 7 by 6 by 7, so a 5 by 4 by 5 hollow box, and that your apiary block actually needs to be facing in. So the way that you tell it's facing in is this little hole window right here. It has to be pointing into this area. It also recommended that you light the inside of this area so that mobs don't spawn and things like that. Now, we don't have this little block here yet. So we're going to make that really quick. We can easily make it. We have an optionary breeder, which we are totally going to put in. And we're going to make the storage for it as well. So we're just going to, drop all of this stuff straight into our apiary. We're just going to upgrade it right off the bat. We don't have the ability to make it a tier 2 apiary, but we can absolutely start it with a tier 1. So we're going to stick that block right there. And then we're going to put the breeder right here. And then we're going to fill in the other blocks just with whatever blocks you want. The structure doesn't need to be made out of a certain material. It just needs to be a thing. We have a hole right here. So let's just... Does that need to be there? Hang on. I didn't think that needed to be in a specific spot, but it's looking like it does. So let's break this block. No, that's right. See? Hang on. Where'd that go? Oh, crap. It's not in my inventory. Did it fall inside? Where's the block? Where's this block that I broke? Ah, I have it over here. So maybe this does need to be specific. It's really thinking this block should be this. And then these other blocks can be anything. Okay, so it's It is saying we definitely have some stuff messed up right now. So I need to figure out what blocks are all messed up. It's got to be the dirt blocks. Right? Right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So what blocks are causing this thing to fail? It's thinking you're supposed to be the apiary too, ain't you? So let's put you there. And then if we put hey, we have a valid recipe. Cool. And we're good in here. Nothing can spawn. I like it. So here we go. So here's our apiary. The problem is I'm now stuck inside. So let's get outside of our apiary and go ahead and replace those blocks down to make sure we still have a valid dude, and we do. Our storage is over here, and I have a cable right here as well, so that'll come in handy. So now what we want to do is the bees that we want to be inside of this thing so that we are, automating it basically. We want to put those bees inside of the apiary. And the way that you do that, so let's take a look at bees. And let's take a look at which ones we might want to put in there that we're going to want, resources for. Coal, skeletons. I figure we're probably going to we might want redstone. We are definitely going to want nether quartz. We could throw a glowstone in there, I suppose. Forest bees. Do copper bees. And this is really where you start to figure out what items do you want in there. Put stick a blaze bee in there. So there's 5 right off the bat, right? But the way that you import them, or the way that you do it, is you would just stick the bee in here, you import it, and that puts the bee actually right inside of the apiary. So you don't have to worry about doing other things. You can just put them in. And then you could lock them as well. But we don't have any flowers in there yet, so we also need to get some flowers. So if we do a $flower, we'll just grab some. We'll grab some dandelions. We'll grab a couple tulips. Now for our quartz bee, though, we need one of these. We need a warped fungus. We need a mycelium block. It has to be this block. And there's another one that requires this, which is it's actually our ghast bee, which we so let's see. What do we have down here? This is my little breeding chamber that I made for the guys. Okay, so let's close all this stuff out. We want... I think we're good. Let's go ahead and break the hive real quick. Now, I don't think they get upset if you break their hive, but I honestly don't remember. So let's break that. What we're going to do is we're going to stick down our mycelium block over here. And then we're going to stick down our fungus. Boop. And then we're going to stick down our some flowers, because bees are still going to need to have to pollinate stuff in here. And then if we chose to unlock them, because see how like right now they're currently locked in their thing over here, they would actually come out into the area. So just for sake, let's unlock the redstone bee, and the redstone bee comes out. You know, and he's gonna just, at this point, he's just gonna run around, find the flower that best fits him, as long as you have it inside of your inside of your blocks. Give me my thank you. Let's lock this all back up. And let's go ahead and release the rest of them. Right? Now those bees, they're just going to sit in there, and they're going to do whatever it is that they need to do. And we'll just place him down, you know, somewhere. And then the blaze guy is happy. You know? And we like to make our dudes happy. And let's also we'll just break this block. We'll put that down, and we'll put the crimson fungus there as well. Crimson fungus will let us put in our gas bee that's all upset with... wrong one. This one. We can put our gas bee who's all upset with me. And import him in there. Unlock all those. That way, when their timer expires, they can just go in. Now, and then the other thing that we can do here is we can actually use the same side wall, this wall here, and just build out a line of apiaries coming out the side over here. So shall it be good? All right, let's turn off our overlay, because it's going to drive me crazy. There. Now it's not yelling at us, but we have, for all practical purposes, a functional apiary. So here's our apiary storage, which is the thing that's coming down right here. So our bees are coming into our apiary. They do their little thing. They deposit their combs in here. The combs come right into our block, and we can take a import bus from refined storage. So we're going to do import. And actually, we don't have one, so let's go ahead and, well, okay. Well, I told you to craft two. I only need one. For now. For now, we only need one. We'll take him, and we will just drop this guy right there. And now, passively, any bee that's inside of this system, as they deposit their comb, it will now just be imported directly into our refined storage system. So all this worry that we've had for, hey, I need this metal or I need that metal, those are all slowly going to be going away. because we're just going to let this thing run. All this stuff is going to be passive. Let's see. So let's take a look. What custom bees do we have? So most of my custom bees are on this side, right? So if we take out stuff over here, I mean, I think I have a diamond bee over here. Let's take a look. Yes, so like I want to put my diamond bee over there. You know, diamonds are going to be important. Lapis, you know, it's going to be important. Sooty, don't really care so much. Blaze, I already have one over there. Nether quartz, I already have one over there. So I've got 2 bees over just right here that I need to get over there. What about over here? This is all my iron bees, if I remember correctly. We can also set up something semi-automated over here for this stuff. No, we'll upgrade these hives so that they're using higher tiers. No, we'll put like a tier 4 or something over here. We just need stuff. So I'm gonna gather my bees, and then we'll be back. All right, everybody. So we've built our apiary. I did a couple little tweaks to it. You know, basically just added some glass and stuff. And it looks like I left that block right there because I needed to get inside of there a couple different times. I needed to change it back to glass. I just forgot. But we have our apiary up and running. It's been running for about 13 hours, 12, 13 hours. I kind of went, you know, just kind of left the game running, you know, on a server. It was great. So we got, you know, a bunch of different bees that are sitting inside of here. So I logged in this morning, and this is what I was greeted with. So let's take a look at our combs. We have 2,000 glowstone comb. We have 1,500 iron, 1,500 copper. I mean, so all of the bees that we have stuck in there currently have just been sitting there, again, passively generating, you know, resources. So now we need a way to process all of this, right? So if we do our combs and we take a look at what do we get? So let's take a look at our, you know, our iron comb, for example. This all really started because of our iron. So we hit U on uses, and we go again into our centrifuge. You can take the combs, and you have a 50% chance to get a iron chunk. You can also, there's more than one way that you can centrifuge these items. There is also the multi-block centrifuge, which is what we're going to finish setting up now, which is this guy here. Multi-block centrifuge is a powerhouse compared to our other one. It has the capability to process honeycomb blocks in addition to normal items. It can also process 3 times at once. So to build the multi-block, you'll need 1 centrifuge controller and 35 casings. The structure is a 3x4x3 with 1 controller block in the center of any direction. So centrifuge, I kind of made these off camera because I wasn't thinking so much, but let's take a quick look. So it's just a powered centrifuge, redstone blocks, some casings, some iron bars, and a redstone comparator. So redstone comparator, stone, redstone, nothing big. Centrifuge casings is just iron or aluminum and a block with some of this. So not bad. So you see, I already have them in my inventory. In fact, I have too many in my inventory because I was How many did they say we have? 35. So we're just gonna, I don't know if we're gonna end up making 2 of these or not, but we're for sure gonna make the one. So things that I know we're gonna need, right? We're gonna need, remember that import bus that we made earlier? We're gonna need the importer. We are gonna need some power cables. So cable 3. It's not gonna cut it. I think I've got some in here though. Yes, I do. So these here are some blaze spawners that I found in the nether. This here is an item that somebody had given me on the server. I haven't used it yet. As you see, I haven't eaten it. But everlasting beef. It is not consumed when ate. So there's a chance of that dropping when you kill a bunch of zombies and stuff like that. So I cleared out a little spot over here. I thought we'd go ahead and put the centrifuge right here. So 3 by, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think this is all it is. I feel like I'm missing a block. I'm missing 9 blocks. Okay. Let's turn the visualization off for a second so I can actually see what I'm doing. I can see what's there. There we go. Okay, so are we a complete block? We are not. So I wasn't sure if it needed to be, if the center needed to have a block in there. It does appear that it's supposed to. So let's go ahead and put that in there with him. Are we valid? Ah, we are a valid thing. So we need to get some power over here to this. I figured we'd just tap into our existing network right here. And I'm also going to run this underground because we're going to need a... Whoop, wrong way. We're going to need to run a couple different cables down over here. So we're going to need to supply power to this. We are going to need to supply... we need to supply an RS. Oh, RS, that's our power. So we've got juice, plenty of power coming in. We'll have to supply it with bottles, and we're gonna need to supply it with some kind of interface back to our refined storage system as well. So let's go ahead and I want to cover it up as well. So I want to, let's just, it's the basement. It really doesn't matter. I don't know if it matters which block we pull out of as well. So I'm kind of hoping that we can kind of, click on any block and just outport out the bottom. So what I'm hoping to be able to do is stick our importer here, run our refined storage cables down this way. We're also going to need, so what I also see is we're also going to need an importer. I know I should really make some stairs right there, but we're going to need an exporter. We're going to do one of these. We'll let that craft in the background. And we're going to need our cabling. So we can connect this thing all back up. Export. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. So if we come back down here, boop, boop, we should be able to do a U. That should link it up to that, I think. Right? So that's now tied into our network here. How do we want to tie in our exporter? Our exporter needs to pull. Should we just maybe one block back? I mean, we already have. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. We're going to test. So let's throw our exporter to there. Do I have any comb on me currently? I do not. I need some comb. All right, so let's just grab regular honeycomb, because if something's not working right, I kind of don't want this to be. Okay, so we've got 55 regular in there. So, and we're gonna need some bottles as well. I have bottles on me. Perfect. All right, so first things first, let's throw a single comb in here. And it exported out just fine. Beautiful. Now, if we put an exporter in here, what this does is it actually pulls the comb out of the system and it should start importing it into this, which it is. Now, we're also getting honey. So we're going to have to figure out something to do with our honeys. It doesn't look like there's any way to speed this process up. However, what we could do, let's grab this. This multi-block can believe. Apparently, I can't do that in the astral. Apparently, I can't do that in the astral thing. But I'm pretty sure this thing can do blocks. So if I'm going to have all of these bees working at once, then we could set up some drawers. Yeah, we totally can. Okay, we can do this. And then all right, so guys, this is what we're gonna do. We are going to set up. This is gonna be a great way to process our items, and it's just gonna sit here and import stuff in passively. I can see we're gonna need to do something with our honey though. So. How are we going to deal with those? I mean, we could probably we could stick a piece of trim right here. Right here. We just stick a piece of trim here. Then we could make this wall here. Would that work? Could we make this wall all of our combs. How many different bees are there? Bees. A lot. Okay, that's not going to work. Guys, let me take a look at this for a minute. I'm going to figure out how we're going to process this, because as it stands right now, and just in terms of the number of combs that we have, I mean, it would take a long time for this thing to process, 2,000 glowstone if we exported as a single comb. I mean, and I don't think that's nearly as efficient as doing it the other way. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 times 3. We have almost 27 different types of combs right now, which, isn't even all of them yet. So we have issues. I'm going to take a look at this off camera for a little bit, come up with a game plan, and we'll be back. Okay, here we go. So I decided to make some compacting drawers, and I just stuck each of not all of the combs that we have so far, but we have most of the combs that we have over here. And all I did to incorporate this is I just stuck a piece of trim over here. Moves the blocks out of the way. Stick a torch over here. So I just stuck a piece of trim right here, and what that does is it connects all of the stuff with it. It connects all the blocks over into it. Here it is, trim. I connected the trim on the top, and we just connected it that way. The other thing that I did a little bit of cable management. I think I showed you guys this once before, but this personal sneaking device here, if you shift click, it takes you down to a 1 pixel piece. You can actually get right alongside any cables if you want to place cables and things like that. So I did this so that I could come in here and do this. And then after that, I just cleared out the top section anyway, so didn't really need it. But it's a really nice tool to be able to get into tight spaces and things like that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to take all of our combs that's currently in the system, because right now everything is sitting inside of our system. Anything new coming in will come into our drawers, but everything else is currently sitting on our data disk right here. It's sitting on here. We've got thousands of items that are just sitting there, and I would like to fix that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some speed upgrades. Right? I mean, let's just make 8. We're missing iron. Missing 1 iron. All right, we'll make 7. We'll make 4. We need 4 to start with. So we're going to make these. The other thing that we're going to make is we're going to make a stack upgrade. Oh, we already have a stack upgrade. So wait. So we just need our speed upgrades then. And the reason we're going to do this is because this is going to help this process very, very quickly. So I've shown this. I don't remember if I've shown this or not, but our disk manipulator over here and this guy. So if let's take out all of our storage pieces, and we go into him, and we stick our storage disk in here. It's going to start sorting through this. And anything that we have a storage drawer or an external storage or something like that connected up into, it's going to start depositing those items into it. As you see, even with 4 speed upgrades, it's slow. So we're going to take that out. We're going to put in our one stack upgrade in 4 speed. Considerably is going to speed this up. So we started with about 54,000 items that's sitting inside of this. So now what it's doing, it's taking all those items and it's dumping stuff into here, right? So if I hit shift, you'll probably see one of these things is probably increasing. Like we just saw our tin go up. Our iron will start to go up, because I know we've got like 2,000 some odd items. So we're going to let this process. We're going to let this process. Then what we're going to do is we are going to take our combs. And I only want to take our comb blocks. Because what I want to do is I want to take... So let's take a look. So if we do click... so glowstone blocks. Okay, so I want to take one glowstone block. I want to take one of each of our various blocks that we're getting. Which is just a single left click. And we want to go over to our exporter that we have over here that we finished up this last time. I need to now. There's my pick. Uh-oh. Game might have crashed. I'll be back. Okay, guys. So here we are. So we left off. We were building our centrifuge, and we did get that done. The server did have some small little hiccups. Not quite sure what happened or why, but I did a bit more in between the last cut and this one. So I just kind of want to show you what I did. So what we've got going on, I ended up putting a couple more of importers and exporters down here. So let me break these blocks so I can kind of show you what we got going on, just for in case you guys wanted to do something similar. So because this centrifuge is a multi-block, you can pull items, you can put items in and out of any side of it, right? So if we right click, I mean, this is where things go to process. This is where our power goes. It's all good. So what we have set up before it crashed is we had a single exporter that we got our various honeycombs that from our apiaries that are generating resources passively. I have it going into block form, and then the block is going into our apiary to process to get chunks and stuff, just because it would take too long to do it individually. Because we have so many bees, though, I mean, we have a lot of bees. A standard exporter can only hold 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. We can only hold 9 different blocks. We obviously have more than 9 bees. So, because this is a multi-block thing, we could put these on any side that we wanted. Extra storage added an exporter as well, so it's the same thing as the refined storage exporter, only it holds more blocks. We have one, so we put one here. I also have one back here, right there, where I didn't think I was going to need more space, but I did. So then I made this guy. And then we were running, we were happy. It was getting our resources. So then what we did is we put a importer over here. An importer pulls items into your refined storage system. So it's taking the items out that our combs generate. And it's pulling them out. So like if we were to look at, like our iron bee, for example, and we were to take a look at the combs that we generate, we're processing iron honey block combs. We have a 50% chance of getting 9 iron chunks and a 10% chance of getting some nickel nuggets. So what would have been inside of our centrifuge are these 9 chunks inside of this area here. So like right now we just got, a nickel honeycomb, and it's going to sit here and it's going to process it. And let's see if it actually gives us anything. And it did. It gave us 20. Looks like 27 iron nuggets. It looked like. This block pulls those items out, and what I did is I tossed an interface. That's the fluid interface. Oh, an interface is an interface. So it's taking the items out, and it's just dropping into the into an interface, and it just sucks it into our system the rest of the way. You don't need a specific fluid interface and a specific item interface, though I thought I had a specific item interface down here. Maybe I got rid of it. I must have got rid of it. But that leads us to our next problem that we had to solve. When you're processing stuff in here, these tanks were filling up with honey, and once one of these tanks fills up with honey from processing stuff, it stops the whole centrifuge. So I made another importer, and I switched the tag here from items to fluids, and now it's strictly importing the honey that we get, that it gets. So that way this doesn't jam up and cause things to stop, and it imports it straight into our fluid interface that we crafted. And then we created, let's go upstairs. So we created a fluid monitor, a fluid grid rather, and this lets you be able to see all the different fluids that you have in your inventory, whether it's lava, water, whatever. So we have 13,000 buckets of honey, of regular honey. We've got, a lot of milk, quite a few buckets of, 20 plus buckets of iron honey. This is just various honey, wither honey. The water that you see here is just because I was trying to figure something out, so I created a storage bus or storage interface, and I just have it on the sink. So it's just reading the water that's in the sink. It's not actually importing it into our system. It's just reading it. I wasn't able to quite figure out the thing that I needed to, but the other thing that we did is I added a bunch more drives down here. Mainly because of fluid storage. I needed, the honey was taking up so much space. I needed space. So I crafted a bunch of different things, and then there's this storage discs. I crafted a couple of white elevators. So if you press spacebar or you jump on an elevator, you'll go up. If you press shift, you can go down. And I created another bottom floor down here, which I'm just gonna use to make my crafting, basically storage crafting. So what I did is I took my infusers that we had upstairs, I put crafters on top of them. So this one, anything that requires a redstone for mechanism, is just going to go into this crafter. So like when I need alloys, infused alloys, it'll automatically craft them. So I can craft them on the fly. So if I needed an infused alloy, and if we needed one of them, it says, just like normal. So we're going to do that, and as you see, it imports it right away. And the only thing I have to manually do right now is I have to put the different items inside of here. This is something you can automate. I just haven't done it yet. So that's all that we did, and I set that up for the infused. I was going to set it up for the carbon one. I hadn't got that far, and I've set it up for the other one because I was needing some stuff. That's kind of all I did in between, more or less of what I did in between cuts, because I was running into so much fluid problems. I taught this how to make the highest tier one humanly possible. We have a small problem though, honestly. Let's take a look at fluid, and let's say I wanted to craft this guy. Now this is an insane amount of storage for fluid. I can get rid of everything I have there and I would never fill this thing up, but I want to make one. I'm missing 6,000 sand. I'm missing 270 silicon. I'm missing 300 diamonds. I'm missing 1,200 silicone. Or 12,000, I mean. I'm missing 14,000 iron ingots to be able to make this craft. It's a lot. This is a goal of mine. We will hit this. Passively, one way or another, we'll do a thing. I did end up going to the end. There were some other people that went on the servers, and I wasn't able to record that. But I was able to go to the end, and I was able to get a hold of a ender bee. So of the different bees at actually, let's take a look at chunks or combs, COME. So as you see, we've got a lot of different things that's going on that I haven't set up to process properly yet. Diamond blocks are one of them. City bee, I've got a lot. I don't have those in comb form to pull things out properly yet. I just didn't set it up. I made a uranium bee. We made some ender combs. So we have 78 ender combs. These can only be processed in the powered guy, though. So we'll just do those, man. They can only be processed in this. It will not process in the big tank downstairs, or in the big thing. So, and then the other thing that I got was a wither rose. I have 400 of them now. Basically, it's a wither has to kill animals, and me and some other people on the server went ahead and made these because we needed it for our ender bee. So I have my ender bee, I have my wither bee, but we're still going to do those on camera as well, just to show that process. But I wanted to be open of what we did. I was trying to do it, but everybody was going there. So I got some end chorus and stuff like that when I went to the end. Just tossed it in a hopper chest just so stuff could grow. Got some cactus growing over here because I realized I was going to need some. I also built a second apiary. So here's our first apiary that we did. So I went ahead and built a second one over here. So it's, again, just continuing to process. I did make a netherite bee in between cuts as well. And the netherite bee gives you netherite comb, and netherite comb gives you ancient debris. Now, anyone who's done anything with Minecraft knows ancient debris is super rare. I have 794 ancient debris. So I'm pretty sure I'm set on that. I don't really need to run more netherite bees, but if I do, I have a lot of them. Every one of these are netherite bees that I either crafted or was able to, one bee transformed into another bee, and then I had to recapture my bees that were out there. It was just a mess. So we have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of netherrack. But yeah. So guys, that's what we did. I've been doing a lot of work in terms of getting various bees. I've got some Signalum bees. I've got which I don't know where my Signalum bee is. I thought I had him out. I thought I had him out there. I thought I had him in my comb. Maybe not. I know I made one. I don't know where he's at though. Maybe that's one of the items that got transformed. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out what all bees got crazy over here. I don't see my Signalum bee. And I left one netherite bee over in this hive just so he was, again, passively generating more stuff. But yeah, guys, we are set on bees. So we're set on bees. We are passively generating most of our ores now. I filled out our wall a little bit more over here. So as you see, we've filled out our wall just a little bit more. Actually, right here's our signalum. Do I not have any? Must not have any. I made a steel bee, which is actually a really easy process of making steel bees. Then our ender bees down here. So things that we are going to do between, and probably in the next episode, we're not going to do any more bees on camera unless I find some bee that I really need to progress our story or our tech tree, because I need that resource. So we're not going to do any more bees on camera. I might, and if I need something, we'll just do a quick cut on it to show the new bee that we've generated, like this industrious bee, for example. I would probably like to get this industrious bee as we get into industrial foregoing, which is probably what we're going to do next episode. We're probably going to start getting our basics for industrial foregoing. We're going to need a mob spawner. We're going to need some various things. And so I'm thinking we're going to go into industrial foregoing next and start down this path with plastics and tanks and bioreactors, infinity drills and infinity hammers and all of these fun things. So we'll probably start doing, some of this, and we're probably going to start getting into pneumatic craft soon and stuff, because pneumatic craft, I would like to get this armor and stuff over here. So, but that's kind of the plan. That's the general direction that we're going to go. I will keep setting up automation for various mechanism machines. We've got a bunch of this stuff already set up and running, and we'll just continue to build it out a little bit. I might show some of that stuff on stream, might not, but I want to get into pneumatic craft. I want to get into that stuff. So, yeah, things are going good. We have ores that are getting processed over here inside of this guy. So we're processing all kinds of nether quartz and things. So we have, we have 5,000 nether quartz. I mean, we're doing well. I mean, we're doing good. We're still not great on diamonds. So I mean, we still have to do some diamonds things. So we'll see. But guys, this is bees as a whole. This is most of the mod. There's a couple different things that you can still do with bees. You can link them to certain chests and stuff like that. But in terms of like quest book following things, we've pretty much done almost all of it. I mean, I've done special combs already. We showed how to do that. We built all of our multi-block stuff. We've done bee crafting. We showed that, so that's complete. We've done a tier 1 apiary. We're gonna kill the wither probably next episode as well. Just because I want to start getting some tier 2 apiaries, because our tier 2 apiaries, you get more resources, and we need 20,000 iron to make that item that I want to make, is because I just want it. So we're going to need to tier all of our apiaries up. So I would like to do that as well. Figure we'll do that at least once on stream, and then the other times when I need the nether stars, I'll end up making all those off stream. That way, I mean, if you kill one wither, I mean, it's the wither, right? But each tier of our apiaries that we go up, we improve our outputs. So like if we look at our tier 1 apiary, for example, our outputs on them is 3. We look at our tier 2, it's 6. We look at this, it's honeycomb blocks. It's no longer combs, it's blocks. And if we look at our tier 4, no, it's blocks. And the time that it takes for them to generate them is drastically reduced as well. So, but that's what we're going to do. Guys, wherever you are, blessings on you and your family. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning. And I will catch you guys in the next episode where we start looking at a different tech mod, most likely. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.